Jury selection is underway for the double murder trial of disbarred attorney Alec Murdaugh. He's accused of killing his wife and son the night of June 7th, 2021. He has adamantly denied those charges. So as the trial gets underway, we want to take a closer look at exactly what he says happened that night. Pay close attention to these times. Murdaugh says he was with his wife and son at that Colleton County property until about 9 p.m. That's an important time, 9 p.m., when he says he left to visit his mother and says, in fact, he made several calls from his car on the way. Murdaugh claims he arrived at his mother's house at 9:20 p.m. and says he spent about 25 minutes with her and the nurse's aide before leaving to go back home at 9:45. Now, Murdaugh says he got back to his home around 10 p.m. and found the bodies of Maggie and Paul about 5 minutes after that. A 911 call was placed, at about 10:07 p.m. An autopsy report places Paul and Maggie's times of death. We keep talking about that time. Remember, we said 9 o'clock is when he said he left that house. Now they say the time of death for Maggie and Paul Murdaugh was between 9 and 9:30.
Next few weeks, a jury will decide whether or not Alec Murdaugh killed his wife and son on that night in June. Our Jason Raven spoke with people in the small town of Walterboro ahead of the trial.
Jury selection is underway at the Colleton County Courthouse here behind me, but outside, locals and city officials say they have taken steps to prepare for everything that comes with this trial. Walterboro is known as the front porch of the Low Country. Nestled right off of I-95, you may have passed through the small town of a little less than 6,000 people on your way to the South Carolina coast. Around town, you'll find some antiques, historic homes, and Spanish moss.
This is a classic small town. You walk down Main Street and you feel like you're in a Hallmark movie.
City of Walterboro Director of Tourism and Downtown Development, Scott Groom, says they are expecting hundreds of people to come to town over the next few weeks. Now, he used to work in media and covered court cases in small towns. Now, Groom says he used some of that experience to make sure the city has taken steps to prepare, like having these food trucks stationed near the courthouse. Giuseppe Vitali and his wife own an Italian restaurant in town, not far from the courthouse. But recently, they got this food truck.
Here, especially in a small town like Walterboro, is a huge. I think after O.J. Simpson, this is going to be the biggest, maybe even bigger than O.J. Simpson.
Vitali says while the situation that brought everyone here was pretty bad, he hopes people enjoy their time in Walterboro.
It's a small town, but it's very friendly town. I'm very impressed because I'm rude. I'm typical Italian rudeness, but Walterboro is very, very lot of good people.
Now, Grooms echoed that thought. Now, he's hopeful visitors will make their way back to the front porch of the Low Country.
When people leave here, we want them to come back, not for the trial, but we want them to come back and actually enjoy Walterboro, go antiquing, and have a good time.
The jury selection is expected to continue for the next few days. In Walterboro, Jason Raven, 7 News.
You can get all of the latest updates on the Murdaugh murder trial online at WSPA.com and on our free 7 News app. To get that, just search WSPA in your app store.